What's up, Cugines? Thanks for tapping back in, man. I appreciate y'all. I just wanted to just touch base and let you know what's been going on with me lately. So, shout out to Dry Diggins, man. We were just up at Dry Diggins real heavy. We met a lot of people, saw a lot of dope bands, J Boog, Damian Marley, Revolution, and many more. It was like 110 degrees. We was outside just trying to live, stay hydrated, and keep the vibes real trippy and full of love, you feel me? So if you see me out there, man, it was dope meeting you, and I hope you got one of them 2.5 gram baseball bats we was handing out, you feel me? That Uncle Artie, grown by Cadre Verde, that shit was a whole ass vibe. Shout out to everybody that came out and seen us at our street market by Yellow Brick Group. Shout out to Yellow Brick Group, main stage, the twerculator bus, bro. That shit was a fucking vibe, yo. It was so dope to connect with everybody from SAC and meet some new faces, put some faces to the Instagram handles, and just vibe out with the community, man. That was a beautiful thing. That was good pizza. We got a new t-shirt dropping coming soon. I know I always say that, but I'm serious. There's another one coming. So keep your eyes out for that. New Jersey, New York, late October, I'm doing a pizza tour. I'm hitting 5 spots in New York, 5 spots in Jersey, and we're gonna be shaking hands and kissing babies all along the way. So if you fuck with good pizza, tap in with me, man. Let's get up, let's burn one, let's trade some fire while we out there. And then just to give you a quick update, I'm dropping in stores. Good Pizza will officially be dropping in stores late October, right around Turkey Day. Put them turkey bags up, head over to the store, get you a slice of some good pizza, you feel me? So without any further ado, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the podcast. It really helps. And then hit the website for the Good Pizza swag, goodpizza3z's.com. Peace. What's up, Cugines? Welcome back to the Good Pizza Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Peasy. Today we got a very special guest, special story. Before we get into all that, man, we just want to welcome you to our table to break some bread with us, smoke some good tree with us, and talk good pizza. So, today we have a very special guest. Like I said, he hails from Northern California. He's into weed, wheelies, and golf. He's a grower, breeder, and responsible for the infamous SherBanger number 22, aka Emmit Smith. There's a lot of controversy over this breeding project, folks, and we will certainly dive into that. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome my friend, my guest, NorCal's Gardens. What's up,
Thanks,
brother?
bro. Good
Thanks for coming through, man.
For sure, bro.
Hell yeah, man. So, it's really dope meeting people for the first time on the show. So this is a special episode for me and my family. And, we appreciate you coming out, man.
Oh, yeah, man. No problem. It's my first one, so
Love
see how
it,
this
bro.
goes.
Thank you for giving me your first interview. That's incredible, bro.
For sure.
So, I like to take it back, man. There's always a story behind the story. What was young NorCal like? What was it like before the weed? Like when you was a little shorty? What was you on? What kind of kid were you, man?
All right, so
I
grew up in a pretty strict family. So
okay,
I was, sheltered a lot. I kept
Sure.
to myself. I
sure.
skateboarded, did all that stuff through school.
Me too.
Yeah,
Nice.
Was big into skateboarding. Middle school, all that. Was a good kid. Got good grades, and then. I think around freshman year, I was doing great in school. I was getting my blocks out of the way, so I was trying to get ahead of the high school game.
Okay.
And then I started smoking weed. My buddy introduced me to it I feel like I was pretty much a late bloomer for that reason.
Okay. How old were you?
Like 15.
15. Yeah, that would be considered a late bloomer in our world.
Yeah,
but
it's I always hear people saying smoke weed at 12.
Yeah, that was me. That was me for sure.
For sure, no doubt.
But
I was just never exposed to it. In a sense, I was exposed to it because I remember the smell growing up.
Yeah.
And I
where'd you grow up? What town?
Sonoma County. So I grew up in Sonoma County.
Cool.
I used to travel a lot with my family, and
nice.
I have family in Canada, and we went up there, and I'd always smell cigarettes. What I thought were cigarettes, they were, but it was also mixed with a bunch of weed. So
sure.
When I grew up, I realized that shit, that smells just like weed. It smells like it brought me back. My childhood. So, that's how I was raised. I just didn't smoke any weed, and then I got into it. And when I got into it, I got really heavy into it. I was addicted instantly.
Okay.
I was just hooked on that.
Same, bro.
And
you keep skateboarding and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was skating, but then I realized I didn't like skating high because it just made my ability weaker.
Sure.
I kept falling or injuring myself.
Yeah.
And then So shit, dude, I just started smoking. My grades actually, it's kind of a shitty story because went downhill. My grades went down.
No doubt, no
You know,
doubt.
my
Hey, it
parents
happens.
started grounding me like viciously. Like I couldn't get out of the
Oh
house.
no, man.
Um,
So what year? What years was this? Like, what grades was
I
this?
say this
Like
is like my freshman year.
freshman. Okay, so you came out the gates fucking
Yeah,
up in high school.
like the end of
Okay,
freshman year, I got into it big, and
got
then
it.
I was fully hooked in sophomore year. Grades started going down, whatever, and just
Let's hold on, not to cut you, but I just want to touch on the skateboarding real quick.
yeah,
What was the dopest trick you could do before you kind of hung it up? I just want to see where you was at.
yeah. I was, I could never tray flip. I
Okay.
tried so hard, but I
Yeah.
could do 360 pop shove it and stuff, but I could
Oh no
never flip the
shit.
board. You
That's
know
not
what I
easy,
mean?
bro.
And I was hitting like I think I did a six stair one time. I ollied off a six
There you
stair,
go.
and I was
That's
like
very
stoked
respectable.
on that. But that
Fuck
was still
yeah.
sketch and scary as hell. Like
Yeah, it still is,
I
bro.
think I kick flipped off a three stair one time,
That a boy.
and I was like in my prime at that point. I was
Yeah.
like doing some nose grinds and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and like I was having a good time with my friends.
Fuck yeah.
You know,
I think we were about on the same level,
yeah,
trick wise. Yeah.
yeah. We had a skate park open up in my hometown, and
Perfect.
right when it opened up, it was like the spot, like hundreds
Yeah.
of kids. And that was like the spot. Like bladers are over here, skaters are over here. Bikers are somewhat unwelcome, but they still
Super.
came in.
We didn't even like the rollerbladers,
There was
bro.
no scooters back then, really either.
There was no the rollerbladers were the scooters.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly. Now there's barely any rollerbladers or bladers.
Yeah, no, it's not.
That's cool. I can respect it still though.
I mean, they did sketchy shit.
Yeah, I always wanted the soaps. Those grinding shoes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jump on the ledge.
Yeah, yeah.
Have a good time. I never got those.
Me neither. Me neither. That's what's up, man. So boom, we're in and thank you. I just want to see where you was at
Yeah,
with
yeah.
skateboarding, man. I love that.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
so
I-
many people skateboard us in weed, man.
Yeah,
That's trip.
I don't know what even I got out of it. I don't know how I stopped skating, but it was just work and
Bro.
getting hurt all the time, bashing my shins. Kind of just got old in my skill
Yeah.
level. When you just kind of peak out, and then you're just like,
Hell yeah.
all right, I'm gonna move on to something else maybe.
Yo, shout out to the growers and the people in the industry that are still killing shit, bro. I know a couple that are still real
Yeah,
dangerous.
I had some real good friends that could have been pro.
Yeah,
in
same.
skateboarding, So
Same. Hell yeah,
they
man.
just took off on their skill level for skating.
For real, dog. Did you ever go to the East Coast? You ever skate on the East Coast?
No, I
Okay.
barely got out. I traveled with my family across the country once when I was like before middle school maybe or something.
Okay.
We like saw the sights, Niagara Falls, Mount Rushmore,
Oh, cool, man. I
Grand
never did that.
Canyon,
I seen the Grand
all
Canyon.
that. So it
That's
was
tight,
cool.
man.
I was just stuck in a van the whole time.
Yeah, you know,
Travel
you're a
across the
kid.
country,
Yeah, for
for
sure.
sure.
It's kind of whack.
It's a different
kinda
breed,
cool.
for sure.
You look back on it, it's cool.
Yeah,
You know?
it was.
That's what's up, man. So boom, we're in freshman year. You fucking up the weeds.
So that's why it's kind of depressing. It's like because I went downhill. I'm not gonna lie. We totally took me down the wrong path in a sense, and or did it,
or did
and,
it, right?
So that's the thing. It was like a guilt trip, and I was always
Sure.
grounded, and you're never gonna get anywhere doing this and all that. And
Sure.
So I was in between jobs. I worked for my stepfather a lot.
What was your first job?
I was first I was working at a dog training place for my buddy, and then they fired me because I was spraying the dog with water all the time. So he liked it, but they fired me. It was like my first time I was a kid, and they're like, he brought me in the office, and he's like, "Look, we're gonna have to let you go." And I was like, "What? Oh, okay."
He likes
Fine. Like I had to walk home and take the bus and shit.
Damn,
It was pretty
dog.
brutal. But
No doubt, no doubt.
that sucked. But then I started working with my stepdad in the rental company, in Marin. It was All Star Rents, and I just worked for him as a minor almost.
Sure.
So I traveled with him to work, did the commute, every day.
What type of rentals? Like home rentals?
It's like equipment rentals.
Equipment rentals.
So,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
tools,
Sure.
trucks,
Sure.
anything like
I'm
that.
familiar.
So yeah, I was just cleaning tools, checking them in.
Nice. That's a
whatever.
cool little job. As
Yeah.
a kid, how old are you at this point?
I was like 15, 16. So it was like, that's what my punishment was too. I had to work all the time.
Oh,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean? And that was through summers, stuff like that.
sure.
I never had any time spending home. My parents never left me home alone.
Oh, they knew. Your
They
parents
knew.
are smart,
So
dude.
I went to work with my stepdad, and that's just how it went for a little while.
Okay, so you got a good work ethic. You learned the ropes. You learned what a 9 to 5 was at a young age.
Oh,
you know
yeah. So I knew all about it. I was working like 10-hour days just because, and only got paid for 8 just because of commute times, whatever.
Yeah. Pops ain't paying you on commute pay.
Nah. Yeah, we'd get up, crack of dawn, like 3 in the morning, get to work. It sucked. It was a grind. But it taught me a lot,
Yeah,
so
it does.
That's cool. I appreciate that,
Shitty jobs teach you a lot, man.
Kids these days, I feel like everything's expected,
Oh, these little motherfuckers are entitled, bro. I got 3 kids, man. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
And they're of all different ages.
For sure.
You got any kids?
Yeah, I got 2 kids.
Nice.
10 and 8.
There you go.
Yeah, so I got that out of the way.
Yeah, good move, bro. I thought I did too, and I moved out here and had a fucking baby.
Yeah.
You feel me?
For real.
Yeah,
it throws a curveball and everything in life, for sure.
It really does, man. It really does. So boom, we're in high school. You got the job with Pops. When did the growing come about? Like, when did that happen soon after high school?
Not really. I mean, I was definitely... So what happened was I kept just going downhill. I worked when I could. And then my parents kind of gave up.
Okay.
And they were like, look, we can't control this teenager, So they still had to go to work, and I would just start ditching school.
That's right.
Every day. It was like nothing to me. I was like, I don't care. Like, I was totally against my parents. Like,
You were rebelling.
Yeah. Total rebellion.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I was doing that. I fucking rebelled. And I fucking actually was trying to get emancipated. So one of my good buddies is my partner now in work.
Dude.
He was really heavy on trying to get emancipated from his parents because he was kind of going through the same thing.
Okay.
And so we were like trying to collab on like leaving the house.
Dude.
And my unfortunate events happened. My grandfather passed away, and it was kind of a secret blessing because he left me a small amount of money.
Okay.
And that really just helped me get out of my house. Like, actually, so.
How old were you at this point?
Like 17.
Okay, you was ready.
Yeah, so I dropped out of high school.
Okay.
In my junior year, like towards the middle of it, maybe.
Okay.
And then just because I wasn't even going, so my mom pulled me out.
My bother.
And she wasn't trying anymore, so I like was off with my dad, my real dad, and he was more like, "It's all right here." He basically got to the point where he's like, he sat me down, put some weed in front of me. He was like, "Smoke it up, dude. Do what you're gonna do."
This is your real dad?
Yeah, my real dad. And he's like, all this, bullshit over like, smoking weed or whatever, just get it out of your system. Just do what you're gonna do because obviously there's nothing gonna stop you. You know what I mean? I was like, that's right. Nothing is gonna stop me.
Yeah,
like,
Dad. That's what I'm telling Mom.
So he was cool. He was smoking too. Like my dad, he divorced my mom when I was 3, so I saw him like every couple weekends. Type
so you guys had a relationship?
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was a cooler one because he'd always spoil me or like get me what I want. Like
one of those
shop
deals.
for CDs every weekend, stuff like that.
For sure.
So
Matt always had the new shit.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I'd come home every 2 weeks with like a CD and like McDonald's and shit.
That's right.
So that was cool. And then we finally, my dad helped me because at that point he was kind of supporting me in what I was trying to do, and which I didn't have a plan. I just wanted to move out, and so I did. He signed a lease with me and my buddy. When I was 17, we got an apartment.
Oh,
and
let's go.
Like, dude, I was feeling good at that point. My grandfather obviously helped me out. I don't like handouts, but it was like $10,000 I had for like a matter of
that's like 20. That's like $50K back then.
Oh yeah, it was a lot.
For sure.
So I was surviving off that. I was paying my rent for like a whole year. My food bills was just all that right there.
Nice.
So I was really lucky and blessed in a sense to have that opportunity.
Good start.
To like start off life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was good, and I really enjoyed that. We were like the coolest high school kids in LA. Like I was in Roanoke Park, which is in Sonoma County. It was a different town from when I grew up in, and everyone was coming to the apartment. It was like the party apartment. You know what I mean? It was it was like college life, but in at the end of high school.
Yeah.
So it was really a good time. Like I had the master bedroom.
Yeah, you did.
It was feeling good, And then the money finally started, draining out.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, dude, what am I gonna do? Like I gotta get a job, obviously." Ooh. And I was just dreading it, And I did get a job. I think, what was I doing? I don't think I got into electrical yet because I was an electrician for a good 6 years.
Okay.
And that's really what got me into growing because I was an apprentice for a homie, and he was like, dude, he showed me the grow scene, stuff like that. But backing up a little bit, let's see, I was in my apartment. I ended up running out of money. So I feel like I was like bumming it out. I think my buddy took over the apartment and we moved in someone else to my room, and I was literally on the couch at that point.
Oh, you got bumped, bro.
Yeah, so I was bumped down. I didn't have money, and I accepted it. I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
no bills. Like,
Them
I'm just
for
gonna
free.
sleep on your couch and figure it out.
That's right.
You know, everything was just like more hardcore back then, like in the moment.
Yeah, we were thugging it back then, bro. It was nothing.
Exactly.
It doesn't sound uncomfortable to me at all.
Exactly.
17, 18, yeah.
I was sleeping on the floor in my buddy's room. It was like the tiniest room. Whatever.
Yeah.
I did what I had to do.
Yeah, bro.
And I finally got a job as an electrician, like apprentice, before they made you like go out to the schooling and stuff like that. So it was a little easier to get a job. And I learned a lot of electrical work for a few years after that. And just kind of just kept living the apartment life. You know, we moved to a couple apartments, just worked. It's
still same area.
Yeah, I tried getting my GED. I think I did get my GED.
Good.
Through the
Good
college
for you,
over there, yeah. So I got the GED, and I was like, oh, I see, I didn't even need to go finish high school, you know, and
fucking
be
showed
a part of
down.
that scene, yeah. But,
Yeah. But yo, that's good you got it, bro, because I know a lot of people that didn't even do that.
I was so surprised I even passed that. They make you do it in sections, so I took the whole test, and I was like, oh, math came up. I was like, yeah, that's my worst subject. So it was a bubble sheet, you know, you just fill in. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna
pick C.
I'm just gonna come back later. And like I just filled out the bubbles. I was like, I'll do this math part later. I'll worry about that another day. And I got my letter in the mail, and they're like, you passed. You barely passed, but you passed. And I was like, what? I literally didn't look at any math questions. I just filled in the bubbles. And
just random?
I passed. And I was like, wow, that's like winning the lottery.
Yo, that reminds me of my Aunt Amy. She used to take a lottery card and spit on it, and wherever the spit lands, she would just fill out the bubbles. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
She never won, but you did.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like it did.
Hell yeah.
See, so where was I? Let's see.
So, boom. 17, you got bumped from the main shit. You're on the floor thugging it. You're an electrician now.
Got my job. Was doing that for a while.
Got your GED.
And then I got my GD. We did start popping like some seeds that we kept finding in buds that we were, smoking. And we collected them and we started growing in our closet.
Nice, dude. Little closet grow? Okay.
Little tiny like slide out closet, you know?
For sure.
But it was cool. Like we just did it, and it ended up being like a bunch of hermaphrodites and just weird punk weed, you know?
For sure.
I think we were so desperate by then we even like microwaved it to check it out, like just to try it.
Man.
I heard you can microwave it to dry it as quick as you can because we were just bumming it out, like doing whatever we could.
Back then were terrible.
For sure, it was so bad. But other than that, that's all I did. And I think what happened to that? We just kept going to apartments. I was an electrician. I finally got a job. Let's see, what happened? I think I got so slummed out and poor that we moved to Sac. Actually, unfortunately, like no offense to Sac.
No, that's all good.
But it was a lot cheaper to live here.
For sure.
And we lived in the south side over there, and it was really
great location.
it was just bad.
I know, bro. Especially back then, I heard it was terrible.
So I hated it. I got in a big falling out with my good friend that I lived with, and I just left. I took all my shit and I just left. Came back, lived at my buddy's house. And until I found another job as an electrician, because I was just bumping electrician jobs. Like I could do electrical work, and I just, I'd get hired either seasonally. Sometimes they let me go because the season would get slow,
right?
Stuff like that. But I finally found a guy that was the homie, and he like taught me more stuff. And I was like his apprentice. It was a private company, like it wasn't so commercialized. And he had some grow spots and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, I got a house you can move into." That I've done work for this guy, and I work for him still, and he's got a house for rent. And I was like, oh, dude, that'd be so great.
Let's go.
So I was super lucky to get a house.
Now we're talking houses.
Yeah, I was renting a house at that point, and I was like, damn, this is sweet. I was still poor, working my job and stuff, but that's when I started dabbling into like actually growing. And
did you like blow a room out?
I did some outdoor, because the guy was totally cool. They'll let my boss, the electrician, he was growing for this guy, my landlord.
Sure.
So he had a couple rooms and stuff, and then he basically started ending up letting me work for him. So it was like the landlord had my electrician boss, and then my boss hired me to do his work on the property.
Yeah, okay.
So like at that start, I started going to grow rooms.
So outdoor?
Yeah, indoor too. So
indoor and outdoor?
There was like a couple trap spots that he had.
Cool.
Granny units, basically.
Yeah.
Blown out, and then
You said what units?
Granny units.
What's a granny?
So they're like... just external, like little mini houses on next to another person's house.
Gotcha.
It's like
gotcha.
for a granny, or
I got you, like an in-law suite kind of deal.
Yeah, kind of exactly.
Gotcha.
Separate unit.
I just never heard that term. I know exactly what you mean.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so there was a couple spots that I started running, and I did a lot of trimming through all these years too. I was trimming nonstop. That's how I made side money. Like, I was a trimmer. Like,
sure.
Trim wet weed,
no shame in that.
Whatever. Yeah, and I was good. I felt like I was pretty good at it. I was getting a pound done a day. That was fine. $200.
Pound a day is straight. Cool. Damn, it's 200 back then.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro, that's good.
Yeah, I was cool with that. And
that's right.
Smoking weed, and that was a bunch of sour. I was growing. There was a lot of sour D being grown.
All right, so let's talk about it, bro. What years was this? What years? Because our sour days were like early 2000s till about shit.
So this was like 2009, 10.
9, 10? Okay, cool.
Something like that, where I was like working for him and started growing a lot with him.
Nice. These outdoor sours or indoor sours?
Both. So he had.
Let's go.
He did have we both had small, whatever we could put outside in a little space. You know what I mean? It wasn't like huge garden plots or anything. But I think the first strain I grew outside was green crack.
Nice. Yeah.
So like that was cool.
I remember that wave.
Yeah, it was cool. I had a buddy of mine, Hawaiian buddy, sent it to Hawaii and stuff. That was pretty cool. Nice. That was like my first like, damn, I went all the way to Hawaii. That's really cool, dude.
That is cool.
And it was outdoor, and they were loving it. So that was cool. But just a lot of hands-on. Sour D was the thing. That was all we grew.
Thank you, by the way. I just want to thank you from my state.
Everyone loved that. That's kind of what blew me up in a sense. So like Instagram started then when I was working for them. I looked on Instagram and I was like, there was things people were posting like little light bulbs with plants, and like people were getting all these likes and comments. I was like, dude, I'm about to show them some real grow lights, because I couldn't find them at the time. Maybe it was like brand new to Instagram. Like posting weed on that shit was like sketch in an opinion. In my opinion, it was very like, even going to grow stores was like, nobody's watching me. Like, all right, you go to the grow store and you get your stuff and you go straight home and you unload it at night. You do all that. But now it's so relaxed. It's like,
I knew fools switch plates and shit, switching plates to go to the grocery store. You feel me? Like,
switching whips. I never went that far, but I feel that for sure. It was like a very secret thing growing weed. So I tried to stay on the down low. Like the way I thought of it was like, this isn't mine, and the owner is like an old head, and I didn't really think of it then like he would mind, because he didn't know what Instagram was either.
Right.
So like I just started posting on Instagram some things, and I started meeting people and stuff, like brands like that just did clothing and stuff like that.
Sure.
So like people started seeing it, and that's just kind of how I built my base. NorCalSourDeez.
NorCalSourDeez. That was the original name. Love that.
NorCalSourDeez.
DEEZ.
Yeah.
Love it, bro. It's fucking fire, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I ran with that for a lot of years.
Do you know if any, maybe some of your compadres were sending them out? So I'm trying to think if we got any of your work,
then, I was just doing a lot of labor and work for the owners.
So you didn't know where it went necessarily?
No, I didn't deal with flipping packs or anything like that. I was totally unconnected with that.
Okay.
I was more like a laborer,
Sure.
So I never really flipped packs for a living, honestly. So
no doubt.
I just got into the growing scene and liked being in the garden. And then,
love that, bro.
I kept up with my boss. They had a falling out, my landlord and my boss. Most people do,
yeah.
Falling
Jesus
out.
Christ. This fucking industry, Jesus.
So I think it was just more like my boss was tired of it. He didn't want to keep growing. He wanted to do his electrician thing. He had his own company. He was like busy all the time.
Yeah.
Getting more jobs, stuff like that. So I was still doing electrical work for him, doing custom houses and stuff, but I was also growing for my landlord. But I took it over at that point because he had a falling out. So I was like, okay, sick. So he offered me 50-50 for the spot. And I was like, sick, dude.
Nice, bro.
So I instantly was going to get like, at first one spot, I didn't get anything. The other spot, I was getting 50-50, and I was like totally stoked with that. And I didn't really deal with any, like my boss would sell them still.
Oh, perfect.
It's funny because it kind of messed up because my boss, we even had a falling out because I was growing like for a few years, like 4 years or something. And I was growing my own rooms too, and he kept trying to tax me because he would move the weight, and then he's like, I can't move it, but I'll be expecting those points, and I'm like, what? Like I have to move the weed, and then you get paid too? Like how? I was like, how long is this gonna last? He's like, well, basically forever. And I was like,
because you're splitting the spot. You saying?
Well, it's more like I was his apprentice, and like,
I got
and
you.
he was flipping all the packs for me and cashing me out, but he would take his points, just like everyone does.
Sure.
But he's like, he
So
wanted the points
50%,
forever.
but he got the points.
Yeah,
on
but
top.
he just wanted to keep claiming them without doing any work.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be involved.
That never works.
He wouldn't even be involved with anything, and I was like, dude, I kind of have a problem with that. Like, you're gonna take money from me, and then this guy's taking money from me, and then like forever. Like how long? Like, can we at least sign a deal or something?
Yeah, a year.
Do I need to pay you out real quick, like for my gratitude? Like that's fine too. But
yeah,
it just ended up not working, and bad communication fell out, and then
where does I was just growing from there?
Yeah, I was just in the same house, landlord.
Okay,
going for him. I blew up 2 of my bedrooms at that point, and I was going a lot of sour. I was feeling good.
Nice,
and then.
How high were these fuckers going, man?
Dude, they're tall plants for sure. And they stack up like huge fucking colas too. So sour is a fun plant for sure. I feel like it's an easy plant, but it's
you got to go the distance too.
Yeah, and I used to get my sours like purple at the end too.
No shit.
At one point, I had some purple ass sour, and I was like drooling. Like this was when I first started taking like I guess good photos. I don't know if I have any of them on my phone. That's like from a long time ago.
Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
Bro.
I was doing
that. And taking them the whole 12 weeks?
Yep. I don't know about 12. That was pushing it. I was going to get
what, 10, 11?
Definitely 10.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, some of them pistols always, they want to, keep pushing.
Sure.
So then even flushing back then, like my boss was like, don't flush it. Just keep pumping them. Keep pumping them with food to the end,
Yeah.
Because he wanted the most out of it. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, pretty sure you're supposed to dye them, kill them off naturally, like a natural season would outside.
Sure.
You water them, they get plenty of water, and then they die naturally from the settings and sun going down earlier, stuff like that. So I just wanted to imitate that as best I could, but he didn't understand.
Do you do a straight flush or a taper out and just?
So I would taper out, and I would fill my resi like with water. So my resi would be full for the first 2 nights maybe, and I would always be hand feeding too.
Okay.
Always hand feeding. And then I would fill it up with a little bit of water for one night, give it a nice little like washed down food for one night or out of the week or something. They love that because then they don't get locked up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you keep pumping it, they can get locked up.
Sure.
Too much,
Sure.
The root zone like closes and just stunts the plant.
Okay.
Ultimately.
And then you fucked up right at the finish line.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, the end of the process is so fucking critical, bro.
So yeah, those were the sour days.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. So the sours, right? So boom, you made your name off some sour.
Yeah, that blew me up pretty
so
much.
What was the and where was your network? Like up in Sonoma, the Bay? Like who was you fucking with?
Yeah, I had a good friend in LA that was living
tight.
That was living near me at the time, and he would help me out a lot. And that this time it comes into play later that I had a good friend of mine that I took in from the East Coast.
Okay.
He was like this first. I needed help, working on my crop, and I was like, dude, what am I gonna do? I didn't know anybody. I like took a huge risk and reached out to someone on Instagram. I was like, and it was super sketch back then, like to trust someone to come over. And he's like, oh yeah, you're not gonna regret this. Like, and I took him in. He was with me.
Where was he from?
I think he's from like Massachusetts.
Okay. For sure.
Something like that. Somewhere on the East Coast, Boston, something like that. It's actually one of his friends.
Okay, for sure.
So yeah, he came in. I took him under my wing, gave him food, shelter, taught him everything I knew. He took it. He worked well back then. He lived on my property in a trailer, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Helped him out big time. And then it was his friend that was starting to move my sours and stuff, so that worked out nice.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And then I had a kid. I got into cookies.
But around what year was this? We're talking
like 2012.
2012-ish? Okay, cool.
I had my first kid 2012.
Nice.
That was crazy.
First one was crazy.
Yeah, I had to shut down one of my grow rooms, which is totally fine. I was like, yeah no problem. To shut down my grow room to give my kid a room because I was growing in the bedrooms of my house.
Oh, gotcha.
So I was like,
wifey
time to
was
take
with
one
the
down.
shits.
Yeah, she was cool with it because I was paying the bills technically.
Yeah,
she was working full time too then though. She was a good.
She knew the game.
She had her head on her shoulders.
She knew what it was to be with NorCals.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure, she's always supported me. Like shout out my wife.
Love that. Shout out to you.
Yeah, she's great. Still to this day, she even my branding, even though it's been picking up a lot. branding.
Yeah,
Just you got on the phone all the time, networking. You got gardens to run, all that. She's always with my kids. You know, she's there for my family, and like so I can do what I got to do.
That's half the
You know what I mean?
that's half the operation,
Exactly.
bro.
I
When you
appreciate
have a
that to
family,
the fullest.
it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah. Not a lot of people get that either. A lot of people got to go pick up the kids or do this and share custody, whatever. It gets really tough.
It does.
Working a brand like your own business when you got that in the way.
It's cheaper to keep her, bro.
Yeah.
So it sounds funny and it rhymes, but it's fucking
For
true.
sure. I found mine.
That's great, man. That's great. You found your person, man. That's a beautiful thing.
So
man.
I was into cookies.
So cookies, right? So cookies comes out and it just fucking changes the fucking game, bro. Like
Big time.
On the East Coast at this time, it was sours. OG was starting to take over because we were getting some really dope OGs, some cool platinum, some blood diamond OGs,
Yeah,
and
I was
then
going some SFVs at one point, and
some
Fire
SFVs.
OG,
And then here comes cookies.
yeah, and cookies was.
What was your experience the first time you smoked cookies, bro?
I was obsessed. I loved the terp profile, like
Right?
that soapy, like
Nutty, earthy,
it's
fucking
insane.
weird shit.
and it was
just
so
its own
sticky
thing.
and potent, and
Yeah.
it made hash like so well. And
Did it get you really high the first time you smoked it?
yeah, for sure. No, I was instantly like, oh, sour? Like, no, I want these cookies right now.
Yeah, bro.
So I remember it was really hard finding a cut too. I had to go to Vallejo and like really dig deep into Instagram trying to find it.
Who blessed you?
Homie Baygrown. I actually haven't heard from him in a long time. I don't know where
What's
he
his
went.
name?
He dipped off the map. I don't know where he went. Baygrown?
Baygrown, okay.
707. Yeah, I was,
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him. He fucking hooked up with the Forum Cookies Cut, and I went off with that.
Off to the races.
Yeah. And
Easy to grow. Did it
was
hurt on you
super
at
new
all?
in my area too, like bringing it to my area.
Sure. Because that was an Oakland, East Bay city thing.
Yeah, for sure.
For real.
So that was awesome. It kind of changed the game. I started growing that, doing my own thing. And then, yeah, dude. It was all about cookies for a while.
It was, bro. And I remember that because my cousin's in Alameda, Oakland area, you know what I'm saying? And, he was getting these fire cookies. And I remember I finally got a cookie pack. And I remember my mans was at the crib smoking with me. And when like you got shit you need to move and you know who you need to move it to. Yeah. And that's this guy. So you wasn't about to get the cookies. So we're smoking this. And I had to front like it was the cookies. Man, what the fuck is oh man, this is some whatever the fuck. I ain't tell him.
Yeah.
And then I gave him the shit. He's like, yo, bro, whatever you gave me, man, that wasn't what we smoked. What was that? I was like, man, it's the cookies, bro. He's like, you got fucking cookies? Because this was like a thing we just heard about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not even a lot of people knew about Burner. I'm a weed nerd and I stayed on YouTube. So I was like, all right, there's Burner, there's Sherbinski, there's Jigga. Like, I'm like really tuned into this story from the East Coast. And like, then you get your hands on it and it's like, wow, that really did change the game, bro.
Yeah. I mean, somewhat similar to the SherBanger story, honestly. Like,
continue.
The cut
cookies.
was leaked.
What's next?
Cookies, yeah. So cookies, and then I had another kid and my son in 2014. So I was still just growing cookies, pumping out the house.
Nice.
And then what happened? I think I just ended up moving back to my hometown because I had some money saved at that point.
Okay.
Moved back to my hometown where my mom stayed. Kind of had to, I kind of took care of her.
Sure.
Because she's on her own at that point.
Good for you, man.
And yeah, I think I lived with her and we had a really bad relationship, honestly. Like, really? I couldn't stand her. We were still kind of butting heads a lot.
Sure. Just some different belief systems and
shit.
Yeah,
or like she couldn't understand, like, it's hard to say. It's like she couldn't accept like what I was doing all the time. Or like, she's trying to control me.
What we have has a stigma attached to it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not about it,
So like she finally let me be my own person finally, and then everything is great now.
Good,
like, I have a great relationship with my mom.
That's good, bro. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, she's helped me out a lot. Like one of my spots is there. It's at my mom's. So she helps me out.
Full fucking circle.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So at first it was like, no, you're fucking up. Don't do this, don't do this. And then now I'm like, well, it's bringing in money. So what's up? You want me to help you out in your life? Like, you know what I mean? So like she retired too. And she was just bored. She was always poor or whatever. And I was like, well, I'll rent out. I'll pay you rent, pay you some money.
Dude,
for the garage.
Let's go.
So
man.
So yeah, I'm still doing that to this day. So
that's awesome, bro.
That's been nice.
Yeah, my pops was the same way, bro. He was super against it, bro. Just like,
Yeah.
whatever,
That
man.
was organic.
And my mom like grew weed, so she didn't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
My mom used to buy us cigarettes when we were 12, dude. Like
Okay.
she was one of them moms.
For
She's
sure.
wild. Mom, that was a little too young.
Right.
But whatever. It was the 90s. Nobody gave a fuck. So
yeah, it was different back then.
it was different back then, but now my pops out here. Like when we moved out here in 2017, I was like, "Pops, come on, man, get up out the hood, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, baby,
Times changing.
come on with us." I dangled the grandkids in front of him. He's out here now. But long story short, I say that to say this. Now this fool is one of our biggest transporters. You feel me? Like
hell yeah.
he do the wreck shit. He do the traditional shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Said full circle.
He got motherfucking packs on the road, cuz you feel me? He gets it done. And plus, he used to work for like. Before he moved here, he was a cab driver in Belleville, New Jersey. And it's a mobbed up cab stand. Like he worked for a Capo and Lucchese's, you see what I'm saying?
Okay, sure.
So like he know how to drive.
Yeah.
And he knows how to get, people to where they need to go. Like he used to drive around the boss's wife. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was super scary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Damn.
you bring him out here, and he's moving all these packages for us. And sometimes, you drop something off and you don't get money in return.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll call me like, "Yo, the fuck's this guy talking about? This guy just you're not gonna get no money. He's just gonna take the stuff. I don't feel right about this." I'm like, "Yo, relax, bro. Call Chris, dude. It's good, bro. Why are you calling me? I didn't send you on this mission, bro."
But you see people like that sometimes. Honestly, they're the right ones.
Oh, you damn right. He's gonna get the
Tell
job
them the
done
truth
for
right
sure.
up in their face.
That's right. Anyway, back to you, man.
No, yeah.
So cookies. Mom's is good with it. She's eating with the squad now.
Pretty much.
The relationship's good. So where does this take us from the cookies? What's next?
Where am I at? So cookies.
Gelato? Did you get into the gelato?
I got into Sherb actually. So I was growing cookies.
Okay.
And then at that point, Instagram was popping off, and I actually changed my name to NorCal's Cookies.
NorCal's Cookies. Okay.
I had to do it. I was like NorCal's SourDeez, and then I went to NorCal's Cookies, and I started up a following on that, and then I don't know why. It was like my 20s, I was like different then and more cocky and just
we had egos,
shit
bro.
All the time. Yeah, ego problems,
bro.
exactly.
Big egos in the 20s.
So I something happened. I deleted that one too. I was like, I don't care about followers. I'm just gonna delete this, and I started a new one.
Sure.
And that's when I became NorCal's Gardens finally.
Okay.
So and I was doing the sherbet.
That's right.
I was, working with some dispensaries like consignment type situations.
Prop 215 days.
Prop 215 days. Yeah. That was nice. I mean, some clubs would be like, "Yeah, we'll pay you in a month or when we sell it." I'm like, okay, that's kind of like, all right. Yeah. But Connected, shout out Connected, they were dope. I worked with them a lot toward my Sherb days. They're actually the ones that gave me the Sherb cut.
No shit. So you knew Caleb?
Yeah. I met Caleb. And
nice, dude.
All around the same time, probably Ted and
nice. You know Ted
Jordan
as well?
and stuff. Yeah.
Jordan. Oh, cool, man. You know the whole gang.
Yeah. So they were over there, and I was just doing my own thing. They gave me the sherbet. He's like, "Yo, you grow the sherbet, bring it back here. We got you,
Beautiful.
And that's what I did. So I just kept growing sherbet. Everybody's like, "How do we get your stuff?" I'm like, "You got to go Connected or something."
And I heard you were growing some fire sherbs, bro.
Yeah. So I just
found this out
with the sherbet. Yeah, for a while.
And if your sherbs were hitting Oakland and the Bay, it's a chance I got them, bro. There's for sure a chance I got them in Jersey.
Probably. Yeah, I had people white labeling too sometimes, like that's what you call it, right? White
labeling. If you didn't grow it,
yeah,
and you put it in your bag and you say it's yours, that's a white label.
So yeah, people try to do that. I've never really looked. I didn't really like that back then.
Sure.
Because I feel like the grower deserves credit.
Yeah, the grower should be on the bag.
Yeah,
I'm a white labeler.
The grower should have
but the
their
grower
brand,
always goes on my bag.
So I wasn't established. I didn't have marketing and bags. We weren't
really on that.
Yeah, I was like, just
not in the Sherb days.
I feel like I wasn't out there much, like learning like everyone else was, like adapting and getting bags and doing merch, stuff like that. I just kept my head down in the garden and kept growing Sherb and thought I had a good thing going, which I did.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Sherb, Connected.
So I feel like we're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We're getting close.
I was growing Sherb a lot, and I was like, I want a new flavor. I need a new flavor. And we're gonna go back to the guy that was my homie.
Okay.
That I took in a long time ago. So we're still friends, talking and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, I can help you out with that. Let's send your sherbet your sunset, not my sunset sherbet, but
cut
it's
you
a
had.
cut that was very valued and somewhat still rare back then.
Sure.
Like it wasn't just handed out to everybody. And he's like, let's send that to East Coast, and then the homie will breed with it, with his male.
We're gonna call him the homie for the sake of the story.
The homie. So, so yeah, I sent my sunset sherbet to the homie. He used his male, hit the sunset sherbet.
His male headbanger OG?
Yes, headbanger OG from Karma Genetics. He hit that, sent me about 30 beans from the project, and I was stoked on that. I was like, dude, yes, new beans that nobody has.
That's right.
So I was like, I'm gonna pop these right away. And now, we kind of had a deal in the sense of, I'm gonna pop these beans right away and promote you big time. Like I'm gonna shout you out every time, all the way. I never knew SherBanger would take off like it did.
Sure,
but
we never do.
Yeah, and it took me a good year and a half, almost 2 years to actually stay rolling with the 22. So,
how many did you choose originally out of the
3?
30?
Three of them.
Okay, what numbers?
Number 8, 15, and 22.
Okay.
And
what were some of the traits of the 8 and the 15? Because I fucking love everything about the 22. I just love to hear about it.
Yeah, so the 8 was more like appealing visually.
Okay.
It was very like frosted up looking, but there was a lot of stocks. So weed that looks really frosty sometimes, like Mac 1, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of stocks and the heads are small. So what you're seeing is just a lot of frost, but really it's just a bunch of stocks that
really
like it's kind of just a bag appeal is what we call it.
Yeah. So
that's that pheno. It was like, really appealing. It had some good smell. Like I'm sure plenty of people would love to have that cut.
Sure.
I kind of hold myself to high standards in a sense. Like it needs to be perfect.
As a grower breeder,
it just has to hit all the boxes.
I know how you guys think.
And the 8 didn't. It was okay. And then the 15 was a little blend of the 22 and the 8. I feel like it was like a little better, but not as frosty looking. Mm-hmm. It was almost my keeper, I think, was my 15.
Damn.
And I was like, okay. And I kept growing them, every 3 months I'd throw them in the room as testers, because I was still doing Sunset Sherb.
Sure.
And that's another thing, is when I was testing beans, I didn't have multiple growers. I just had to throw them in my flower room.
Sure. Just give it a little area in a row.
Be careful and look out for them, because
sure.
I've seeded crops like that, and then you're fucked. Like,
yeah.
Nobody wants to buy seeded weed. And no matter how good it is, too. And I was like, I had a crop like that. I was like, well, you guys don't want to, why not? Like, just take the seeds out. Like, smoke it.
Nobody's
like, no. So, yeah, that sucked. But, so I just did a bunch of testing and kept growing out those same 3 phenos.
What year was this that you started that project?
I want to say it was like 2017, maybe.
The year I moved here,
2016, 17, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a little too far behind, but maybe I think it's 2017. It's when I popped the beans and started doing all that.
Sure.
And it took that long, I guess. And I finally chose the 22 was so kind of like boring looking in a sense compared to the other 2 phenos I chose. So that's why I was always like, there was something about it. And I think it was just at the end of the day, the way it smoked and the way you inhale it, just the smoothness of it, everything. Because even certain phenos will look good, smell good, whatever, be sticky, but sometimes they won't smoke good.
Yeah.
For whatever fucking reason. I don't know.
Sure.
Why. You can flush them out the same, whatever. It must be the genetic or something.
Right.
Because the flavor doesn't come out in the smoke.
Yeah.
But the SherBanger 22, that shit comes out heavy.
Flavor to the end,
and I started noticing that more and more. And my homies were like, no, this is the one, dude. This is the one. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, when the homies tell you.
Yeah, so I was like, I ran with it. And I was like doing a lot of cloning too to like stay afloat. Because I think I was doing I kind of skipped the mimosa scene too. I was growing mimosa there for a minute before. I think it was after Sherb. I was growing mimosa. And that was like a little hit there for a second. I did Gorilla Glue.
Okay.
And that came out too.
Yeah,
so I think I skipped a couple things. But I was like popping beans, doing all that,
Along the way.
Yeah. And I kept finding phenos and they wouldn't be good enough. And to this day, I've thrown away probably a good handful of phenos that I wish I had today.
You wish you kept? Do you care to share any of them?
I had like a Thin Mint bag seed, the Thin Mint cookie bag seed that I had. It came out. It was so fire.
Oh.
And I just didn't have time to fill in a room with it,
Sure.
because I just had like more cash crops in a sense. Like I knew Sunset Sherbet would sell,
Of course.
and I just didn't want to
You fuck with your paper, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I had that pheno. I've had like the Gorilla Glue phenos. I did an S1 seed hunt on that, and I did find some really good fire ass phenos in there, but it just wasn't my terp profile, I guess.
Sure.
Like it was good, but it's just something I wouldn't smoke every day.
Candy's on the scene now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options.
And then
Shit's
the
getting purple.
mimosa was like good. It was nice and fruity and citrusy
Yeah.
and stuff. It finished in like 7 weeks, and I was like, dude, this is sick. Like,
let's
this
go.
is a dope ass strain. So I still have mimosa actually. It's mimosa number 2, and I had 2 phenos, number 2 and number 6.
Oh no shit! What was the one that went to the masses? Would you say?
I think number 2. It just
Number
had
2,
way
okay.
more like terps to it. It was sticky, early finisher, and it was like colorful.
Okay.
The number 6 stacked hard, big weight, but I remember washing it and it was 0 yield. I felt bad for my homie. It was Tricadelics. Shout out Tricadelics.
Yeah, shout out.
He came
Fucks
over.
with
He's
them.
like, I'll risk it. Don't worry. I'll just risk it. I'll come and I'll wash the packs. I'll pay for them. I was like, all right, dude. All right.
Oh,
I
he
don't
paid
have
for
a
them
good
too?
feeling about it, but go ahead. If
Yeah.
you want to do it, you go ahead. And he
Right.
did. And I felt really bad. I was like, damn, dude. Damn, that sucks.
So how did you know it was gonna be a low yielder? Is there something you look at on the plant that makes you think like, this ain't gonna wash well?
Kind of. It was more of a
Strike
dry
zone
resin.
coverage. Oh, dry
It
resin.
wasn't like, sticky, like fucking. I can't explain it. If it's a dry resin, it's like the heads aren't stable.
Sure.
Or like,
It wasn't like super greasy.
yeah, it's
Okay.
just more dull.
I know what you mean. Yep.
But yeah,
And it didn't wash.
no. So yeah, I kind of randomly speaking about different things, but
No, it's good, bro. It's all part of your story, man. So boom. So you found the 22, right?
22 after all those other seed hunts.
So you got it going. And by the time, like I told you, I discovered this strain about 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't get enough of it. But then I'm hearing, down the line, like from Proper Doinks homies, from Tone, Straight Flame, like this is a 5-year-old strain. So I didn't know it was that old, right?
Yeah, I was trying
But
to
you
keep
had
that
been
shit
working.
secret. I was keeping it
Good
under
job.
wraps for a while.
Fucking did, bro.
And that was my whole goal at the end of the day. But that's the part of the story I'll tell here. But it was a sherbet, Sunset Sherbet, and SherBanger 22. Fucking losing myself. I'm not even high.
That's it. We probably got to smoke.
Yeah, maybe I should smoke.
Maybe we should smoke. Fucking
I need to get up next, bro.
just take the little end thing off.
Oh,
Gets everybody.
got it. Just broke it.
Um,
Buy a new one.
No, it's all good, bro. So the SherBanger 22. So we got that shit in motion. People are fucking with it. It's getting a great fucking.
Yeah,
It's getting a great response.
it's
So when
definitely blowing up.
when do things turn left? I feel like the homie
So the SherBanger
had an issue
SherBanger 22
with
was really heating up. Probably 2020 for sure. And then
Okay.
people were at first I didn't care so much. I wasn't such a big marketing branding type thing for me. It
Sure.
was just like I'm growing fire, something new nobody has, and people were white labeling it at first.
Really?
making new names for it.
Stop
and I can't
playing,
blame
bro.
people because people were paying a good ticket for it. And at that point, I was like, look, you're gonna pay for it. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it at that point.
Sure.
I can't stop you. It's fine. But let's see. I might stop fucking with you in a sense because I want to be branded myself. Not.
Yeah, dog.
I started wanting the credit because I seen brands blowing up from other people's work, stuff like that. And I was like, damn, okay, well, I should start doing this too. And my goal was to keep it on lockdown. We expanded a little bit, and I hired my good friend.
Again, the same guy
the same guy that I took in many years
that
ago.
knows the homie. The
That
homie's
knows
the
the homie.
He's the mutual friend between you and the homie.
For sure.
Okay.
He connected everything with us, and I hired him, and he just super let me down. Like, I don't know what happened in his work ethics or whatever in life, but I'm not trying to down anybody too much, but he just really messed up my grow. It's fine to a certain extent, but the way he treated it and the way he acted on it, wasn't respectful. It was like, oh, well, dude, move on. And I was like, all right, well, dude, this, things are different now. I can't, and I had certain expectations because like it was a property and I wanted him to live on the property.
Sure.
I hired him. I wanted him to live there. I was paying him the salary wage, and he wouldn't. At the end of the day, he would not move his family down from Oregon. So I was like, all right, you can't really have the job if you can't live here on the scene.
Right.
Like if you can't commit, then I can't have you here. And that's kind of how I got rid of him after that first grow.
Sure.
You know, and I have a partner at this point too, a business partner, and they were butting heads a lot.
Okay.
And it was just communication. Just nothing was working, you know?
Sure.
Everything was kind of falling apart. And the employee wouldn't accept the fact he's an employee type situation.
He thought he was a boss.
His own thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we moved on, and at some time during that point, he took it, whatever. He either took it. I've had people tell me that he took it. So I don't know what to believe. There's so many rumors out there. You know, it is
when
what
did
it
this
is.
happen, bro?
Another possibility that I'm just going to admit right here is just because I was selling clones for a minute to stay afloat for a second.
Okay.
Like
Of Banger?
one time. No, of like Sunset Sherbet, Wedding Cake. I was in a Wedding
Sure.
Cake. I was selling clones to the homies in Sonoma County, all the
Yeah.
homies. And it was like a nice little side check, you know, $10 clone, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I didn't need to do that. I was like, I'm done doing this. I don't want to start. My vibe changed. I want to keep genetics more in-house.
Of course.
Because I saw that's where the market was going, and the market's
did.
crashing and all this shit. And I need to have these exclusive flavors to my farm, so then it's still interesting, you know. So, so yeah, he was gone. So either he took it, or like I said, I was doing some clones, but I was releasing my 8 and 15 at that point.
Oh,
So
no shit.
I wasn't doing the 22, but I was releasing the 8 and 15. And I'm like, dude, do people think they have it because they have those?
Oh,
like,
no
I don't
shit,
know. Like,
bro.
there
Are
could
those
be
still
so many
floating around?
factors.
The 8 and
I don't
15?
know. Maybe. I mean, I sold clones of them to people.
What years
like
was this
greenhouse
happening?
growers and stuff like this. I want to say this is like 2019, 2020.
Okay.
Still like somewhere around there. It's kind of hard to keep track of years.
And do you still have the and I'm literally just doing that just so I know my timeline of where I'm at. So do you still have the 8 and the 15 or no?
No.
Okay, done.
And that's the thing. I've gone through a lot of strains and phenos that I kind of just throw away. That these days people, even back then, would love to have.
Oh yeah.
They'll take that right out of the trash and use it for their brand. You know what I mean? And claim it as their own. Which is, back then, I didn't know any better. Like I didn't care that much. Like certain things would blow people's brands up. You know. So shit, I could have at least 10 genetics that I've found from seed that I don't have today because I just didn't care enough.
Fuck,
like,
bro.
I didn't think of it like, oh, I'll just keep popping beans. I don't want that. I'll never keep growing that. You know, I didn't have like a genetic library.
Yeah.
So
as far as the deal between you and the homie, right? Was it a handshake deal? Was it a homie deal? Was it a? Here, I'll see it there.
Am I holding this?
No, you're good. Was there any type of deal like, yo, he gets a cut back? And what was the situation when he was like?
So, the only time he wanted
that.
to cut back was when it was starting to blow up. You know, and it's always been a morals thing with like I was a seed tester, right? So I was testing the seeds, but technically I had a part in making those seeds.
Yeah, you provided the mom.
I sent my not
the
my
female,
genetic,
the female.
but I sent the female over. I got it done. My homie got it done for me. I huge respect to him for that. Made it happen. But so he wanted it back when I was blowing it up. I was hyping it up. SherBanger 22 was starting to blow up. Everyone
we
was
all
freaking
were,
out.
bro.
Oh
yeah.
It's like, you know, when are you gonna give me back? When are you gonna send that? You need help? You need help sending it? And I'm like, I was still making up my mind. I was like, dude, like, because I know he wants to just kind of hoard out. Like,
Yeah,
just
man.
give it to anyone and everyone. And like, even if he wanted to do work with it, why couldn't we talk about work? Why can't we talk about future business?
Yeah.
Instead of just like, I want that back. I want that back because it's cool now. So once it's cool, I want it back.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, things are a little different now. You know, it's not. It would be one thing if I was a fully testing his gear like that he
Sure.
did. I can respect that, but
this was
this was a
your
collab
project. Yes,
for sure. And it was for a purpose. It was I wanted a new flavor for my garden. That's why this started. So I found my flavor, and he just wanted it back, or wanted it for whatever. But and communication went sour with us, you know, and we couldn't communicate respectfully or whatever.
Sure.
So we never could talk about future business in a sense. It almost
Yeah.
never got to that point because it just got
Right.
too funky.
Yeah,
So
he crossed the line. I feel like the homie crossed the line. He said some shit he shouldn't have said.
there's so many things. Yeah, he kind of went. He said something in his family happened. He kind of lost his temper. That's fine. Apologize.
Yeah,
You know, whatever. Like,
yeah.
it's not a big deal.
He never apologized.
I don't know. He's
No,
kept
okay.
remaining salty, and
Okay.
you know, it was just like it is what it is, bro. At that time, it is what it is. This happened, and he was set on getting that strain back, and somehow he got it. He says he has it. Drama,
Interesting.
bro. Instant, unlimited
Interesting.
drama. So it either released through my cuts somehow, some fucking funky ass way.
So you might have
Or-
mistakenly had that in one of your trays that you sold.
Maybe I can't
Okay.
undeny that. I can't deny that.
Okay.
Like, I don't think I did, but that would be like even farther back. So that was like 2 years, and then happened.
That's
or a
less
year
likely.
happened.
Sounds
Yeah,
less
so
likely.
that was a long time ago if that happened. But now it's out, blah blah. And then people are saying that this ex homie of mine stole it and whatever. So
Damn. Are these just reliable sources?
I can't say, bro. It's
Right,
Instagram.
right. It's on Instagram. Fuck,
So
bro.
people tell me, I got people posting the SherBanger 22, like, I got cuts up for grabs, like people handing it out, and I'm like, see, dude,
Damn.
this is
why.
why you guys can't respect what I want out of this, and you're
Yeah,
like, just
that's why it
wanna
wasn't
get
gonna
out.
happen.
So now people will understand why I want to keep genetics in house, and I think every grower should do that.
Same.
Every grower should be striving for their own flavors, their own menu, and riding their own wave.
Yeah, straight up. Because
You know what I mean?
because look what happened to the game, right? If cannabis is a commodity. If you don't have a brand behind the commodity, you can only sell it for whatever the commodity the market asks for, which is not much right now.
Yeah.
You're still catching, you know what I mean? You still in the fours with it. The high threes, fours. You know what I mean? Because you have a brand and you have something that nobody had.
I remember.
So it's a fucking prime example why the world is dying and you're still, brands like you are still fucking eating. And that's good pizza, bro. That's real good pizza.
A lot of people have fallen off this last couple of years,
Yeah.
too. A lot of people are quitting.
Fuck.
I got buddies shutting all their rooms down. Like, it's getting rough out there, but the roughest I've seen it is I used to take like $1,500 or less for like mimosa packs. Like,
Yeah.
it was rough for a minute. We were like, dude,
Yeah.
how are we gonna stay alive here? Like, for a good while there, the market
Yeah.
was crashed.
And then it went way the
And then it
fuck
went
up.
way the fuck up.
And
And,
then
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Boom.
I've sold a $3,000 pack before, but like when it got to 5, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Right. You feel me?
like, whoa,
And-
this is some like
and watch this.
world record type shit.
And
Like,
don't let these bad boys hit the street. These
Yeah.
pounds are expensive. You get them in, you hear them clank clank. You know what I'm saying? You better run that fucking, run that bread.
I don't really want to be known for like the most expensive weed, but people.
You know what, bro? If
I
you
try
have a
to be
brand,
fair.
you have to keep the integrity and the value of your brand up. You know what I'm saying? You
For
can't.
sure.
You just can't go below because once you go below, you can't go higher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's
And then also you price it
always
batch by
changing.
batch.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And that's fucking fair too.
Yep. I'm
You know?
definitely saying more consistent these days in like my flushes and stuff like that. But there are those random batches that are just not hitting, and I'm like, yo, do you guys have a guy that doesn't want to name these? Like, they get
Right.
rid of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I can't just sit on them. And
Right.
Like, it's hard to move packs that don't smoke.
Yeah, it is.
Period.
It is, especially now.
Like I said, I've never been a middleman in a sense. I've never moved packs like that for a
Well,
living.
let me be the second to tell you it's hard.
Yeah, I bet. So
It's hard, and you got to do it. And if you have integrity, and we typically sell to our friends, it's hard to do.
yeah,
It's hard to do. So now the cut's supposedly out on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
What's next for you, bro? Are you releasing this thing or what?
oh yeah. So
Oh yeah.
I'm releasing it.
So
just
what's
to
the play?
Just to combat all the drama and all this, all this rumors and all the stories, all that.
You heard it here, folks. He's releasing the
all
SherBanger
the
22.
rumors. I'm releasing this October 1st, so maybe by the time this airs, it'll be out. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna get this out before October.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. We're not
All right.
fucking around.
Fucking A. then
You
it
guys
will
are
be
gonna
out.
see this before
Shit.
October.
So,
So if
yeah.
you're hearing this now, it's coming in October. Make your appointment with Tone Straight Flame.
Straight flame. You can
Straight
hit up
Flame.
Straight flame.
Hit up Straight Flame. He'll lock you in if you're lucky. you'll get a cut. And as luck would have it, I'm in line for a cut. So
hell yeah, dog. Got you.
That shit too.
So
bro.
I'm basically just,
I'm excited, man.
just gonna release it to everyone and anyone that wants it because.
And it's still like good luck. Good luck growing it how I grow it. You know what I'm saying?
Just people, just the respect. It's just kind of gone out the window. You know, even people that say they have it, like big brands say they have it right now. Some of them, and
I've heard of them, and I see it.
And I just don't get why they can't, like, hey, shout out. I know there's drama behind it, but shout out, the Pheno Hunter and the other guy. That's fine too. But be respectful in a sense. Don't try to, like, I guess, white label it and use the same name in a sense, but now you have it. It's just a weird.
It's gotta be a weird thing for you,
it's
bro.
Awkward because I never released the cut, so you're really just supporting thieves.
Yeah.
And treachery.
Real talk.
Where are the morals there? You know what I mean?
And this plant's about love, bro. And this plant carries the energy. So if I were to get it, I'd rather get it from the right spot.
Exactly.
From the right homie, the guy that did all the work. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like stolen on some scumbag shit.
Got a handful of people like that say they have it. They're passing it out. So in order to just combat that, I'm going to release it. And then it'll be out. Everyone can have it. Have fun.
Do we want to announce how much this cuts are being sold for? Or is that a straight
I'm trying to be
conversation?
fair. It should be, I don't know, like, as far as details, like...
If that's for them, let's leave it for them.
It's a fair price.
It's a fair price. Hit up Straight Flame.
For a great genetic. That's all that needs to be known. Get in touch with Tone, and he'll give you all the details. Like, we're even going to start... So, we're going to be doing everything. I'm going to try the whole month of October.
Doing it all, folks.
The whole month of October is SherBanger month.
Let's go,
I'm releasing
bro.
it to as many people as I can the whole month.
I love that.
So
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Well, shit, dog.
Move on to the next flavor.
That's fucking exciting. Oh yeah, so I heard you hit it with a couple things, man. What do we have to look forward to as far as like, what did you hit SherBanger with?
I can't talk about what I hit it with yet.
Okay, cool.
But
we
just
won't say
because.
nothing. And my stone ass, I was told I already forgot, so you don't even got to worry about it.
For sure. Yeah, I just want to keep things a little more on the down low as far as
no,
what's
it's
coming
good, bro.
next.
It's good, man.
But it's gonna be Banger Cross to something, and then I got I got an actual regular bean project I'm doing. I just
dude.
I don't want to be jumping on the bean breeding train, but
jump on that
I want
shit,
my
bro.
own flavors, and apparently I need to do single source situations because relationships kind of suck sometimes.
Yeah, man.
In that degree, so I'm gonna start breeding myself my own flavors and test them vigorously and like find multiple flavors, not just SherBanger 22. Like that's the thing. I
Get
feel
a cool little lineup.
Kind of feel weird like using SherBanger 22 for like 4 or 5 years. Like I should be moving on to other things.
Yeah, for sure.
I should always be pushing for more, different stuff.
Well, the reason it worked for you that long is because it didn't get hoarded out. You know what I'm saying? You can only get it from your camp.
Yeah.
You know, and then after you, a chosen few. Exactly. Until it goes down the line. Now I could know.
Yeah, and then
what
at that point we'll see how
the
smoke goes. You know what I mean?
That too. Absolutely, man.
Because you can have a cut.
Dope,
you gotta
bro.
learn how to grow that shit.
So what's like the next 10 years, 10 years look like for you, man? What's the plan, bro?
That's hard, man. I'm not. I feel like a lot of brands, especially the same era as me, blew up a little harder than me. They're more on the rec market type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I haven't dabbled with that yet. I mean, I got homies. Shout out Blueprint and Proper Doinks. They got me hooked up with the rec spot.
I heard.
I released the Banger 22 to them before all this major drama. So that's gonna be on the rec market soon.
So SherBanger 22 grown by Blueprint. Let's fucking go.
Should be
That's exciting.
Might be better than mine, dude.
Hey, and that's the beauty of it. You get to
knows how to
smoke
grow.
it. Yo, yeah, fucking Jordan's a wizard, man. And the whole squad.
Yeah, his facilities are amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm fucking very excited about that. Well, shit, man, I love that. I'm gonna jump into some questions. You know what I'm saying? That I know my Cugines are gonna know about you, man. And we'll keep it cool, keep it fun. You know what I'm saying? What should the industry know that you know, or maybe some stories that you can debunk in the cannabis world? Any myths you can debunk? What's bullshit that you can't? I mean, you just gave us a big one. So if that's your answer, we can move the fuck on.
See, I'm not, I guess, too tapped into the community, I guess you could say. But, like, a growing myth maybe would be your mediums. Like, the pot size you use for your plants. Some people go really big in pot size.
Okay.
Totally unnecessary,
okay.
in my opinion. depending on what you're going for, you know, soil grown, whatever. Right now I'm in 4-inch rock wool cubes. So these things are like tiny. They're like, you know, this big.
Yeah, like one of these, but let's get a little bigger than
exactly,
this.
Maybe a little wider.
Wider,
but,
yeah, 4 inches.
You know, I push 2-3 ounces off of that, and it's just drips, fist system, all that. But you know, there's different ways to grow. Totally respectable. I just think mediums are overrated, and you don't need as much as you think.
Okay.
You know, you want to build that root zone, but you can just keep feeding that root zone, like the dry back times, you know, all that.
Sure.
And it'll do fine.
Hell yeah.
You know,
that's a good.
And then the waste after the grow, you know, if you're gonna dump out 5-gallon cocoa pots, like it's kind of a lot of fucking weight, you know.
It is
a lot of work.
It is. I've carried those trash bags out of houses before. It sucks.
Exactly. See,
it fucking sucks.
And they get sketch out of houses, you know.
Yeah,
bringing
dude.
cocoa bags in and all that.
Yeah,
so.
you gotta go to the dump. Fucking.
I mean, once people believe that rock wool's just as good as anything else, which it can be, proven right here, right? I mean.
Yeah. This is smoking great. This is actually a mix.
You don't need as much medium. I literally just toss all. I have like 3 garbage bags. All my waste is gone after the grow, so it's really nice.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It's like my favorite way.
That's very eco-friendly. What's your why, bro? Why do you do it, man? What gets you going, man?
See, why do I do it? See, I started because I didn't want to pay for weed anymore.
Yeah,
I was a bill to me, you know. So
that's a good one.
I was like, I'm gonna start trying to grow my own weed because like I'm spending $400, $500, $600 a month on weed, you know. Like I'm gonna stop doing that and just grow my own. So that's why I started growing weed in a sense.
Why do you still do it?
Why do I still do it? Because I feel like it's somewhat easy to me and it's natural. Like, I don't know. I've been in it like my whole adulthood, I feel like, so far. So
it feels weird not doing it at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I could.
It's a part of you, man.
I could be a grower and I could work, you know, in a warehouse and stuff. But as far as like a desk job and shit, I don't think I could ever go back to something.
Can't do
like
it. Once you take the leap, man, you can't go back, bro.
Yeah.
It's very hard to go back.
Nope.
That's dope, bro. What's your morning routine look like? You got like a special morning routine to get your day started?
Shit, so
you're a successful dude.
I got a couple kids, but like, so I don't really smoke. Like, we don't smoke in the house, you know.
Sure.
But I go in my garage, fucking wake up, and I take a dab.
A dab in the morning?
Yeah, I take a dab.
I call
in
them
the
dad
morning.
dabs. If you a dad, you gotta just take a little break, take a dab real quick, get my mind right.
So yeah, get the kids up, you know, get them ready for, or they'll get ready for school.
Cool, man.
Mostly, but
love it. That's like my cousin Tony over here, man. He's a morning dabber for sure.
Yeah, it's just easy, you know. It's easy, quick, hard, and you're like good for a couple hours.
Yeah, good to go. Let's get this motherfucker
on my way
started.
To work or whatever, you know.
Good, I like it. I like it. If you could go back to your younger self before you got in the game, what would you tell you?
Shit, dude. What would I tell myself before the game when I was a kid? Shit. I mean, I guess what everyone would say is just don't let your parents tell you what to do in a sense, like in your life, right?
That's a good one.
Like just kind of like
that's a good one.
Stay true to what you think is right.
That's good. Like, that's a fucking great game. I wish somebody told me that.
Yeah, I wish someone would told me that.
That's good advice. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of doubters when you're kids, you know.
Oh yeah, there's so many doubters, bro. Especially if you're in a town where it's like nobody's really going anywhere. You feel me? People like to project their self-imposed limitations on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? If they don't believe they could do it, they're gonna try to put that bullshit down on you. You don't fucking put your limiting beliefs on me, fool.
Hell yeah.
I believe I can do this shit. Fuck you.
Exactly.
You know? That's what's up, man. How do you like to consume or use cannabis? What's your twist? Like joints or blunts?
Definitely dabs, but
dabs. Okay.
Social smoking.
Social smoking. Okay. For
like with the homies, joint for sure.
Yeah.
But dabs are just quick and easy. It's really my go-to. Which kind of, in a sense, brings a little bit of fun out of it, you know. But it's quick and does the job.
It does. I do like the social part of the smoking because it takes a little while. It's relaxing. You know, the high creeps on you, but if you gotta get busy and we ain't got time to fuck around, it's dab all day.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, it's clean. It doesn't smell as much.
Yeah.
Just all that. It's better for public situations.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Great for dads.
Fuck yeah. My kids, though, still be like, what's that smell? Like my daughter's starting to get curious about what I do for a living.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm just kind of telling the truth. Like, I deal with plants. I grow plants for a living and sell plants for a living. Like, that's kind of all you need to know
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bro, when I moved my kids out here, they were 9 and 12, 13, and like, this was this is illegal.
Yeah.
And now they're all out here.
It's fine.
And my daughter, my daughter said when I told her, she goes, hold up. So you telling me we're the plug? I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then my son was just like, he just was like, what the fuck is going on?
Proud dad moment.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
For sure, dude.
And yeah. My son got it, and it was just regular now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So,
it's funny. Go ahead.
No. No, that's good, bro. No, I was going to say, I started up a legal delivery service, so they seen me doing that, so it was cool, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Just better to be honest. And like,
yeah.
I was really, real quick too, my mom was always ragging on me, or like, but I caught her smoking weed.
No shit.
And she was lying about that shit. She lied about smoking weed for a lot of years to my stepdad. And I like called her out when I was like, raging one time. I was like, Mom smokes weed just like me, like, blah, blah, blah. And he just wouldn't believe it,
So she was keeping from
she was
too?
She was being a hypocrite,
Yeah, sure.
It was crazy.
Sure.
She was trying to protect me so much from it, I guess. Like,
yeah.
Totally. Like, I found a bag of weed in a van one time when I was a little kid, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, out of my mind. I was like, and I brought that up later in life. She's like, that was my friend's weed. I was holding it for him. And like, I was like, okay. Sure.
That's some shit I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
That's great.
You can't just say, it's okay. We're all grown up now, but.
Man, that's crazy,
funny,
yo.
Funny little story.
So, let me ask you this. If you had a weed superpower, what would it be?
What would a weed superpower?
Want to hear a couple that was...
To fly? Like, what do you mean?
No. Like, I'll tell you. I'll give you a couple examples from what I was told on the show. Every hit tastes like the first hit. When I look at the weed, I know how much it's going to yield. So this is an extractor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be, that pertains to growing. You know what I'm saying?
So, I wish I kind of had the force in a sense to, like, de-leaf my crop. Just like...
Perfect. That's a good one, bro.
Like, all right, gone.
That's a good one.
That just takes a long time, dude.
That's what I'm saying. There's no wrong answers. I just like to hear what people say. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to de-leaf my crop with a stroke of a hand.
Lollipops.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. So let's talk about weed etiquette. What is your weed pet peeve that you can't stand what people do, whether it's growing or smoking in the cypher or rolling, whatever? What grinds your gears?
I guess first thing comes to my head because rolling, and if you're like with random people. One time, this dude, he was just got in the rotation. It was a public place, a bar, and we were outside. And this fool just like, he gets it, and the first thing he does is like, "Oh, this is running." He's like, he starts spitting on my joint and shit. And I'm like, "Oh, dude!" Like, I just walked away. I just turned around. And I walked away. I was like, "I can't believe this guy just did that." Like. He was literally just slobbering up the joint with all his drill. This was COVID too, and I was like,
I was gonna ask you. That was my next question. Post COVID, you are wilding, my guy.
That's crazy. Like, so
damn.
Anybody that kind of slobbers all over it and shit like that.
Yeah, I hate that.
I've actually seen him spit on it. I was like,
nah, spit's next level.
Yeah,
that's next level. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whoa, wait, you gonna fight me right now? Like, what's that?
Yeah, what's up? You don't like my weed? What the fuck's going on right now? Damn, my fault. So let's talk about your favorite place to smoke. Where is it?
Favorite place to smoke?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite place?
I mean, most of the time I'm in my freaking little side garage. So it's kind of like a dungeon, but like ideally,
I am too, bro. I'm a garage guy.
Yeah, I'm in the garage, but shit, I wish I had kind of a man cave situation, but I don't. I sacrifice my garage to my grow. So
yeah, I hear you.
Other than that, I just have one too. Shit, outside.
I used to have one too, man.
You're right.
I miss East Coast, bro. We have basements, man. You guys don't really have basements here. I don't understand it.
It's weird. I wish we had basements.
Yeah, me too, man. Basements are the shit.
Stay naturally cool.
Yeah, man. They're so good. Let's talk about the first time you smoked weed, bro. Did you get high? Was it a crazy story?
First time I smoked weed, like I think I was like 15, and my buddy, my business partner, actually, I've been friends with him for my whole life.
Nice.
Since we were babies.
Did I just meet him?
Yeah, that's
cool.
the homie with the glasses.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So he introduced it to me. He was smoking for a good maybe a year before me. And he's like, he thought I was like an innocent kid, like don't want to poison him, you know?
Sure.
And like I was like, what's up, dude? Like, what are we gonna like do some stuff? And like we went to his homie's house. I smoked a bowl, and I was like just so fun. Like
yeah,
I just laughing.
So you got high the first time?
Yeah, I think so. I think I got high. I couldn't tell. I guess you don't know what to expect. I feel like your first high. So I was like, I think I'm high. Like I was a kid, and I was like having a good time vibing, And then I was instantly hooked though. I was over after that. I was like, whoa, next weekend we smoking, right? Next weekend we smoking, like because we.
And it was always on the next mission, like yo, who got it? Exactly. And I grew up around some older dudes, so it was cool. Like one of them always had it.
And getting my first pipe and shit, it's always so sketch.
Speaking about your first pipe, bro, what's the coolest little MacGyver device you had? What was the first MacGyver device you made to smoke weed out of when you didn't have a pipe or some papers?
Definitely in like an apple.
Okay,
apples
a popular one.
To get rough and dirty, I've even used a damn soda can, like back in the day. Like, I just popped some holes in the soda can.
Yep, and that was my first soda can. The first was a napkin, a straight napkin. Oh,
you
terrible!
Rolled it?
I didn't roll it. No, they didn't have nothing to roll it. This is retarded. It was a whole eighth of some Bammer in a napkin, bro. The shit was obviously falling apart and shit. But the second time I smoked off the can, it ripped me up, bro. It was a Coca-Cola can.
Okay.
I'll never forget.
Definitely smoking some aluminum and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
We're tough.
Oh, yeah. So, if you could give me your favorite 3 strains. But hold on. One is a back in the day strain. One is I call it a desert island strain. You're on Gilligan's Island. You're never coming home. And you have one strain. And then what's something new that you fucking with?
Okay. The old school one, it's got to either be like Star Dog, which was like...
Okay, Star Dog. Okay.
I kind of almost forget the lineage on that, but it was really fire smoke.
I fucks with Star Dog.
Sour D, next, obviously. And then,
sour? Desert Island Sour?
Yeah. Oh, no, I would do honestly, SherBanger 22 all day.
SherBanger for life?
Island, dude,
okay.
For sure. I've been smoking that shit for years now, and I'm still smoking
Hell yeah. And then something new you fucking with. Anything new that comes to mind?
That's the thing. I don't want to get too much of other people's weed. So I would love to start getting into that, but I want to try. I still haven't really tried a good batch of Zope. I'm really curious about it because I feel like it brings me back to Cookies days a little bit. The soapy vibe.
Taste. I've had really terpy batches, but not one that really got me super high like I would like to be.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm on the
kind of inexperienced.
I'm on the search for the Zope
things
for a good batch of Zope. Hell yeah. All right, I'll take it. Okay. So let's talk about the craziest shit that ever happened to you at one of your grows, bro. Like a crazy grow story. I can't ask that to everybody, but I feel like you got one. I feel like you got one for me.
Yeah, I've had a couple police situations, I guess you can say. The first one was just a trimmer of ours, and this was when I was working for the homie. I was not growing it. I was just working, and I was living in that house I was renting out. He called the cops because he was just having a bad day or something. He snitched on the whole grow.
What
like he wasn't. Fuck? You could tell his vibe was weird the whole day. He was he wasn't fed. You know, people get it when they don't eat.
Yeah, you get weird.
And he was just on one that day, and his homie was still left over, but he was gone. He left, but he supposedly called the cops on the grow, and they showed up to my house like, yo, we need to search your house and all this shit. And I was at work actually the time they raided. I was actually working as an electrician. Mm-hmm. And I had to go home. They're like, you need to get home right now. The cops were on the phone with me with my wife. They're like, you need to get home, otherwise we're going to bash down these doors and you're going to have to pay for them, all that. And I was like, oh, just wait. I'm on my way back from work. And I think they hella respected that. Like,
this guy's actually working.
He's working for a living, he's growing his medicine, Prop 215 days.
Okay.
And,
Jesus.
So, I did have one grow room in my house, yeah. And I think I had 2 rooms. I didn't have kids at the time. And I had 2 rooms going, and there's the granny unit I was working for in the back. And they had to search just the house because they didn't realize the granny unit was a part of the property.
Okay, gotcha.
So, anyways, they searched the whole house, and they're like, you know what? This is actually the cleanest house we've been in for a grow. And all this. They were actually complimenting me, like, oh, that's a good grow, and all this shit. They were, really chill cops.
Yeah.
And this is a really chill-ass town. It's called Sebastopol.
Okay.
In Sonoma County.
Familiar.
It's, super chill vibes. It's a great little town, beach town vibes.
Nice.
So everyone's really cool there. There's like, you know, the cannabis club, like super based over the club. Like that's the city.
For sure.
Anyways, so that was that time. The cops were cool. They were just like, yo, you're fine, I guess. You know, that we're just making sure you're okay. Like, and everything's fine.
That's
and
fucking dope, bro.
And it looks like you're doing it legally, because I think it was 30-point limit or something then.
Okay.
And I think I was even stacking people's medical cards. Like you could
grow
for them.
Yeah,
you know
you had
what I mean?
scripts.
Like I was growing this guy's weed, this guy's weed, and this guy's weed, and this guy's weed. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
So that's how I stacked some plants.
You could wiggle easily back then.
Yeah,
like that.
and it was easy. Yeah, I was really scared.
Especially if you're in a cool town.
It was my first time with the cops. I was like calling my boss. I was like, dude, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna go to jail and shit? Like he's like, no, just go home, do what they say, listen, like, you know, give them whatever they want, and then you'll be fine. And I was like, all right, and that was it. Nothing happened. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's sweet. And he got away with it because his grow was in the back, and they didn't even look at that, you know.
Yeah.
So there's like pounds and shit back there. Nobody even knew that. And then the second time was even worse. Someone called the cops, and I at the end of this whole trip, I got to listen to this phone call too. The guy made to the cops, and he was like, "Yo, I'm at this address, and these people are stealing my weed." He simply said it like that, and then he hung up, and then the cops fucking surrounded my fucking property house, and they said they had like snipers up in the fucking across the street looking in my window.
That sounds like a robbery.
It sounds like a hostage situation almost too. And like, so they treated it like that. And there was a chopper out, and there's fucking, it was the whole police force was at my door.
Fuck, dude.
And they were trying to approach it stealthy at first.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. So get this, I didn't even know it was going down. And my buddy was like, yo, you good? You good? He's like, I just drove by your house, and there's like 1 million cops out there. And I was like, what? And I fucking went out my window. I was like, whoosh, and I like barely could see anything because they were like keeping their distance and shit.
Sure.
And then they like approached me when I like walked out the door. They're like, "Excuse me, sir." Like they waved me down, and I went over there. Like, "Is everything okay? Are you safe and shit?" Like safety was their number one concern, which is great. And I was like, "Yeah, like what the fuck is going on? Like what the fuck's the deal here?" And they're like, "Well, someone said that someone's stealing weed here, and like we need to make sure we need to come in." And they had like suppressors on the ARs and shit. It was crazy scene.
Fuck?
Yeah.
And SWAT.
Yeah,
ready
basically,
to go.
they were ready to fucking save some hostages.
Damn.
But, yeah, that never happened.
How'd that shake out?
They were just like, wow, okay, well, there's, once again, there's nothing going on wrong here. So, like, Prop 215 protected me, like, to the fullest. And I was scared as fuck, you know, but it all worked out. And then I was like, yo, this is bullshit. Can I, like, try to identify this dude for, like, fraudulently calling the cops?
Yeah, fucking.
And they're like, yeah, you can come in and listen to the call. I was like, all right. I went down and listened to like some old man's voice. Probably his neighbor.
Knew his voice?
Shit. Yeah, I heard his voice. I didn't recognize it.
Oh, you didn't recognize it? Okay.
It was probably like a neighbor, something like that. And it was just crazy, dude. That's crazy. That's what happened.
Yo, I'm just going to throw it out there. That is the best answer I've gotten to that question so far, sir. Thank you.
Nice.
That was great.
Yeah. It was
shit, man. Well, we're gonna hang a left real quick, and I'm going to ask you if you could bring back one strain that's no longer with us, what would it be?
With everyone, shit, dude.
You can bring back two. If it's gonna stress you out, I'll get.
No, I mean, it's hard to even think of one, honestly. Like, because I got everything I like right now.
Okay.
But I can't think of anything that's actually truly gone.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Like, I think you can find them out there if you really tried. I mean.
Can we bring back sour, bro?
Yeah, I'm going to, bro.
Are you?
I've asked some people, and they're like, I feel like they're hesitant to give me a cut because I'm gonna kill it with it or something, but. I doubt
I know some people that got good cuts, or supposedly.
For sure, just hook it up, dude.
I will.
You got your banger cut, whatever.
I'm gonna go. He just finished. Shout out my boy Abe on the Ridge. Mm-hmm. He says he got it.
Nice.
And it's been verified by one other person. So I'm gonna go grab some. I'm gonna grab a unit, see what it's talking about.
I'll bring it. That's old school, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's my roots are right there, SourDeez.
That's exciting.
So.
That's very exciting.
That shit. Oh, that shit's nice. SourDeez always fire. It always gets you lit.
Always. If a strain could describe you, what would that strain be? I'm sour, bro. I'm from Jersey. I grew up on it.
Shit.
I've seen people nearly lose their lives over it. You know what I'm saying? It's very sacred to us.
What's like a more secluded strain? I don't know. I feel like I'm more like in the shadows.
Okay.
Like, I'm not like I'm not going to cannabis events and like all these competitions and stuff like that.
Right.
Not that it has anything to do with your question. I'm just trying to like.
No. It's all relevant, bro.
Yeah,
It's all
like
relevant.
I don't know what I would be as a strain. Shit. Or
All right, let me ask you this. Maybe this will help you. If your brand was a band, what would it be?
a band.
You could pick a couple. Like me, I'm Metallica, Frank Sinatra, and Wu Tang. That perfectly describes me.
Oh
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Oh dude.
So just maybe shout out a couple. You know what I mean? That would just describe you or your personality.
I don't know. I want to say like some underground hip hop, like old school.
Hit
I
me.
used to
I'm a
listen
hip
to
hop head.
Living
Hit me.
Legends a lot when I was a kid.
Oh well, I don't know them. That's what's
The
up.
Grouch.
Let me dig into them. Are they
Yeah.
from out here?
Yeah, they're Bay Area.
Living Legends and the Grouch.
Yeah.
I fucks with it.
Those are like just old school.
I could probably I can put you on some dope underground East Coast.
Yeah. No, I
hip
like
hop
all
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's
Hell yeah. Shout out one of your mentors from back in the day, man. Somebody gave you a lot of game, man. Maybe somebody took you under the wing.
Yeah.
And
shout out my boss, Mikey, dude.
And
he's the one that put me on this.
Nice.
You know, we had a kind
Shout
of a falling
out
out, but you know, he's not really on the gram and stuff like that or anything. But he put me on. He fucking put money in my pockets and
nice, bro.
Like gave me a recipe to run with.
And you still rocking that recipe?
No, not anymore. But he gave me the recipe to grow fire. Like,
okay.
Because a lot of people struggled with that, like building. What do I put with this and this? And
sure.
This to get the right thing. He gave me one right away, and I ran with it for a long time, and that's why I think it did single me out from a lot of other growers because it was a clean ass nutrient. It was this called super nutrients. It's kind of cheesy. And it's like from Canada, and they these red top 5-gallon buckets, and it was super clean, like Athena or some shit. Like almost, I kind of went back to that in a sense of cleanse, like or not cleanse, but cleaner liquids.
Right.
I mean? So
that's dope, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out Mikey. Put me on.
Did he? What's the best advice somebody ever gave you, and did you get it from Mikey?
I don't think I got it from him, but best advice, dude. I don't know. That's a tough one. Honestly, it's tough. I don't.
Or do you have any advice for somebody? Like if you could give somebody some game?
Just fucking keep growing, dude. I don't know.
Keep growing. Bro,
keep doing new things and like keep it simple also. Like
I like it.
Keep growing, keep it simple, man.
I like it.
If you have a passion for it, then it'll all fall into place. You know what I mean?
Always.
That's how it goes.
All right, so at this point, we're gonna touch on Plug Day, bro. I invented a day called Plug Day. You know how there's like Best Friend Day, Mother's Day, Pizza Day, whatever the fuck day.
Okay.
There's no Plug Day, bro. You know what I mean? So Plug Day is June 16th. Get your favorite plug something, and if you could, just shout out your favorite plug from back in the day. My favorite plug. And maybe if you got a cool story about them, run it.
Okay. So I would buy zips off of a homie of mine's older brother.
Okay.
And shout out Jesse.
Shout out Jesse.
Was the plug.
Hell yeah.
He was the plug. He showed up with different flavored ounces, like Banana Kush one time, like give me some fat nugs. Like it was really cool.
It was a great
experience. The way
experience.
he presented it and just, the way he was a good family friend, it's comfortable.
Fuck yeah, I love it.
The plug.
Shout out to Jesse.
Shout out Jesse.
Hell yeah. Well, June 16th, you make sure you get Jesse something nice. Buy him a fucking cup of coffee.
I don't even know if he smokes anymore. That guy, he's an old man now.
Do what you gotta do. Were you into psychedelics or anything like that?
You
fucking around with shrooms or
back in the day? Like I was really into it. I'd drop eighths and fucking trip balls.
Okay, so here's my next question. So that was the precursor question. You qualify. Do you have any cool acid or shroom stories for us? Just the night went wild.
Yeah. Okay, so I took some shrooms. It was like we bought these basically the bottom of a bag. It was all like dust,
sawdust, yep.
Flakes and shit, and like
it's not a bad thing.
No, I know. We didn't, we chased it with like some Dr. Pepper or something. It was pretty gross.
You did.
But after that, we walked to this bus stop and it started kicking in really quick. I feel like because it was like more dusty and shit, Mm-hmm. Didn't have to digest it as much. I feel like, and we are sitting at this bus stop, which feels like fucking forever.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we did read the schedule wrong, and the bus skipped that stop one time, and then it came back. So like we were there forever, pretty much. But then, like, I got on the bus and I was like trying to give the thing $1, And I just kept rubbing the thing. You
Oh,
know, I kept
no.
rubbing the thing because my dollar already went in. I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "How come it's not taking my money?" And the guy's like, "Yo, you paid already, dude. You need to sit down." And I was like, "Oh, okay, my bad." And there's like this dude like in a thing waving at me and shit, like a
Oh,
advertisement.
no.
And I was on the bus, city bus. We went to the mall. We did some stupid shit. Like I would never do that these
Yeah.
days.
Oh, yeah. Tripping
Like,
in public was
yeah,
a fucking
it's
mission,
a bad trip.
bro.
Honestly, I don't like that.
Yeah,
shit.
it's a sport.
You like think people are like watching you, judging you,
Yeah,
or whatever.
dude. It's what, do they know?
But that was a crazy experience.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, so I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions. These are one word answers. We'll rip through these, and then we'll kind of wrap up and get up out of here, man. Roll some weed up and get some lunch. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, do you like to smoke in the hot or the cold?
Cold.
LED or HPS?
HPS.
Living soil or cocoa? Or
That's tough.
cubes?
It's tough because I really love. It's not one answer, but
No,
I
it's all
really
good.
love soil grown weed. Like if
Talk your
you
shit.
can kill it with organics and growing soil, that's probably the best weed you're ever gonna smoke.
Definitely,
No
I agree.
doubt. But other hand is I'd say cocoa. I mean, it's easy. It's like training wheels compared to Rockwell in a sense. So, cocoa.
Cool. Joints or blunts?
Joints.
Bongs or bowls?
Bongs.
Cold start or hot start?
Cold start. I don't know what that means. Really.
Oh, so when you taking a dab, do you heat up your rig first, or do you put the
then that makes a
concentrate
big
in?
difference. No, I do. I heat it up and then I
Heat
wait
up.
till it
Hot start.
Yeah,
For sure. Rig or Puffco?
Dude, that's tough.
Right.
Puffco, you can get
depend on what time of day, right?
like in the cars. Puffcos are great. Like
Yeah, they are.
you can get maximum
Yeah, they are for sure.
like dabs out of those things, And then
sure.
The rig is like quick and gone in a second. I don't know. I can take multiple rips off a Puffco hit.
Yeah, right. Like fucking, if
compared
it's
to, like,
good
one
shit,
dab.
like six, 7. You know what I mean?
So I mean, let's just say Puffco.
Puffco. All right, cool. Hey, no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
And you can say both.
I mean, yeah.
Don't
at
be scared
home,
to say
at
both.
home, it's the rig, and then
It's funny.
anywhere else is Puffco.
It's funny because, and don't trip. I tell everybody these are one word answers.
Yeah,
But
and
no
I
matter what, you can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. But if I don't say
I gotta
that,
explain
if
myself.
I don't say that, everyone will be a story. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So, street smarts or book smarts?
Street smarts.
That's right. Beavis or Butthead?
Right. Oh, Beavis.
Cool. No right or wrong answer, man.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're close to my age.
35.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'm 39. SpongeBob or Patrick?
Patrick.
Marvel or DC?
The way things are going, though, I don't know, man.
You tell me, bro. No right or wrong answer.
Fuck.
You can't say both on this one, though.
Well, what's the Deadpool? Was that Marvel, right?
Marvel, bro.
Oh, Marvel.
It's Marvel.
Marvel.
Oh, come on, son.
Yeah, Marvel. DC is not as much out
It's
there.
not as gangster.
Yeah.
Batman or Superman?
I'm going with Batman.
My man.
He's a rich badass.
Right. I didn't even think of it like that. Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Sativa or Indica?
Indica.
I feel like I'm going to take that question off the show. Regular doinks or hash holes?
Regular doinks.
Hash holes could fuck you up.
Yeah,
Or
I
slow your
can't say
day
I
down.
can't finish one of them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you need it, for real. Football or baseball?
Football.
Bike or skateboard?
Skateboard.
All day. 80s or 90s?
Yeah, 90s. Just because I was a 90s kid.
Yeah, straight up. NorCal or SoCal?
NorCal, dude. Fuck,
That's
Took
right.
me too long to answer.
That's right. I was like, where's he at?
I was
bro?
like spacing out.
You feel me? New York or LA?
I want to respect New York more over LA. Oh, my bad. You're passing it.
I'll give you a dap too. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
All right. Some people say tacos on a good pizza shop. I can't-
I know. I was like, wait, where am I at? Shit.
Beach or snow?
Snow.
You fuck with snowboarding?
Yeah.
I figured. Nice. The Wire or The Sopranos? I'm gonna judge you,
Sopranos.
my man. Just kidding. Gelato Runs Terps or like OG Gas, or let's just say or SherBanger Terps.
SherBanger Terps.
You feel me? Wu-Tang or Death Row?
Wu-Tang.
My man. All right, cool. So before we wrap up, bro, and those are great answers, man. Great fucking story, great everything, man. That was fucking awesome, bro. I like to show people like the power of networking and organic relationships. I feel like there is, it's important to know the power of networking and relationships and connecting with people and like, how do we do it if properly done? Like you can network and meet really anybody.
I'm still learning that, bro. I'm learning a lot about networking, and
it's important, man.
I might not want to meet all these people and do things, but it's important to it could be the next door open to your journey.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I would say, how did we meet? Instagram for sure, and through some mutual friends.
Yeah.
That kind of vouch for one another, and we respect their opinion on humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we knew it was good.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And what did we have to do to meet? What did we do to build a relationship? We ain't there yet. But the third question I always ask is, who do you know that I should know? Who should I bring on the show? Who do you think?
Let's see. I'm kind of like, out of all my homies, I'm the one that is out there kind of the loudest. So I don't really have any friends.
So you're not in the circle. So you're in the garden. You're fucking working heads
down.
down.
So
and that's all good.
As far as branding and stuff, we're like a brand or something.
And we probably know some of the same people that I have on the show.
That's a hard one because I'm trying to think of people. Fuck.
Don't trip. Just tell me later.
Yeah.
Tell me later.
Now I'm getting lit too.
It's all good, bro. That SherBanger get you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But, that stumped me.
So how can we help you with your mission, man? I want to reach into my audience and see what kind of resources we can offer you, bro. Like, how can we help you with mission, whether it be promoting this next clone drop or, whatever, bro. How can we help you with our network, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to release the SherBanger 22 all next month.
Bet. That's what's up.
That's all I got really going on right now.
That's exciting.
Until I get my new flavors in line, which is happening, so.
Bet. That was very humble of him to say that's all he's got going on, because that's huge. You know what I'm saying? We're happy. We're excited, man.
For sure. I don't have much. I'm just in the garden grinding. And,
he's doing the work.
I'm going to release the banger on that.
He's doing the work, man. So, real quick, what's your handle? How can people find you? How can we tune in? I got at NorCal Gardens.
At NorCals.
NorCals Gardens. There's an S in between with an S. NorCals Gardens.
NorCals Gardens.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, shit, bro. I appreciate you coming through and vibing out with us.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a pleasure, brother. Yep. It's been a pleasure. So, yo, check this out, man. Tune in. Thanks for tuning back in. Hit the website for merch, goodpizza.com. That's good pizza with 3 Z's. You already know, like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. Good pizza, NorCal's Gardens. Peace, love, good pizza. We up out of here. Hey, Cugines. Thanks for tuning in as always. Check this out, guys. I need your help. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. It really helps, believe it or not. And if you're feeling generous, you want to help out your big Cugine, go on over to Patreon and leave me a couple fazools, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to make the podcast bigger and better. I'm not going to go spend it on weed. We sell weed over here at Good Pizza, you feel me? So don't forget to also check out the website if you want merch, gear, or any kind of swag we got, you feel me? It's going to be at goodpizza.com. That's with 3 Z's. And just hit me with a DM for the promo code, man. Matter of fact, I'll give it to you real quick since you my Cugines. It's Gabagool, all caps, GABAGOOL. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate y'all, man. As always, peace, love, good pizza. We'll see y'all next time.